بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
You know, the household is the first institute in a society. If your household is healthy, then you're promoting a healthy society. If your household is dysfunctional, you're promoting a sick, dysfunctional society. And so the relationship in your house, if you have a despotic household where, you know, Abu Awad is the Fir'aun of the house, and the wife is Asya, you know, and the children are Bani Israel. And then you're talking about al-Yahud, you know, this, that, and the other, and you're behaving like an oppressor in your house. It's occupied territory, and your children are living in Khan Yunis, you know, out of fear and this and that. Only they can't throw rocks because you'll crush them, right? Seriously, there's a lot of households like that. And so if that's your state, then how are the people going to be put over you? They're going to be just like you. Just as you are, so are the people put over you. They say, hadith da'if. All right, there's a verse in the Quran. Like that, we place some oppressors over other oppressors. Because of what they were earning. So Allah puts, you get what you deserve in this life. Really. And the only way you can change it is to change your own condition. It's the only way. You can't change what's out there. You can change what's in there, and by changing what's in here, you will change what's out there. But if you start out there first, you've got it backward.
You can get an honorary PhD, but if you want a PhD that you earned through your labor and your research and your effort, then you have to struggle. And that struggle might involve physical harm because you didn't get enough sleep, you didn't eat right through that process. Emotional harm, your relations with family and friends, spouse became strained. So it's a struggle. If you want big muscles, you have to struggle with the weight. You have to put weight on the bar. You don't pick up an empty bar and just get a bamboo pole and then you're going to get big muscles. You have to put weight on the bar. And when that becomes easy, you have to put more weight on the bar. And similarly in our spiritual life. And one reason a lot of people have a spiritual crisis after they've been Muslim 5 or 10 years is because they have the same bar they had when they took Shahada. They never put more weight on the bar. You know, you should be reading more. You couldn't read Quran when you took Shahada. So you're still not reading Quran. You know, you learned to say, La ilaha illallah, when you took Shahada, so you said that. Now you have to say, La ilaha illallah, alhamdulillah, subhanallah, wallahu akbar, wa la ilaha illallah, wa lillahi alhamd, wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. You have to put more weight on the bar. So you started doing your 5 obligatory prayers. And you shouldn't encourage a convert to do more than that. You know, you're a convert, you have to do tahajjud, brother, every night. I don't do it myself every night, but you're the convert, you know. You grow up to that, sister, you got to put niqab on, sister. You beautiful, you know, and you're going to be a fitna for these brothers around here. Like my husband, who should be lowering his gaze anyway, and so in love with me that he wouldn't look at you, even if you look like whoever. But because that's not like that, you got to put niqab on. I know you took Shahada yesterday. It has to be black, sister, because that's the sunnah. And you have to go back to your family like that and just tell them you're a Muslim now, and they got to understand. It's a struggle. You gradually work up. That's after you put more weight on the bar. So sister started with a beanie, maybe even a kufi. And gradually put more weight on the bar, more weight on the bar, more weight on the bar, and there's growth. So the spiritual muscles became big. But if we don't put more weight on the bar, how are our spiritual muscles going to grow? So it's a struggle. And one should approach it gradually. So just put a little more weight on the bar. That gets easy to do, put more weight. Now when you're still straining, I'll put more weight on the bar. It's hopeless. Gradually, when that becomes comfortable, move up. So keep moving up, notch by notch by notch.